Excel has all the standard proofing and research tools that all the programs have. So we're just going to take a minute and look through some of those options. So the first one we'll look at is the spell check. Now, a lot of people don't think to use spell check in Excel, but you can't have misspellings in a spreadsheet that's going to be passed around the office or up to your manager or someone else.
Right.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the spell check. So just like in every Office program, you'll find it on the Review tab.
All right, I'm going to click on Review.
And then it's the first option.
Okay, so the box just popped up and commission is highlighted and commissions.
Good. So you'll notice that obviously commission is spelled incorrectly in cell
Yeah.
N1. So it's just asking us for the two suggestions.
Okay.
So the first one is correct, the one that's highlighted. So we'll just choose change.
Change. All right.
And if you think you might have done that multiple times, oops, I forgot commission had two M's, then you could just do change all, just so you don't have to keep changing each one separately.
Okay.
So in this case, we have a list of names. So we're not going to change the names. We're going to assume those are spelled correctly. So we're going to ignore those. And you'll notice you can either ignore once or ignore all if you think the same names will pop up.
Okay.
So just ignore once on the names.
Ignore once. So I can see that I spelled Southwest incorrectly.
Good. So on this one, you're just going to go ahead and change it.
Change.
If the same words or the same names are going to show up in multiple spell checks, if your name came up as a misspelling, you know it's correct, then you could just use the Add to Dictionary option. And then it'll be in the dictionary for next time, and you don't have to worry about showing up as misspelled again. All right, we'll just click through the rest of the names.
Ignore once. Okay. Do you want to continue checking at the beginning of the sheet? What does that mean?
So we weren't actually in cell A1 when we started the spell check. So it went down from where we were. So now it's just circling back. So usually you're going to say yes unless you had a really good reason to start where you did.
Okay. Yes.
You found another commission, so we'll just fix that one, change that.
Change. Spell check complete, and you're good to go.
Good.
Okay.
Great. Now, there's another feature that's part of the spell check that's built in that is autocorrect. Now, you don't notice it all the time because it's working automatically in the background. But let's say that we were going to do a subheading here about a committee meeting. I always have trouble remembering how many M's and how many T's and how many E's are in that word.
Yeah.
So if we were to type it in like so, just go ahead. I'm going to enter there.
And automatically does it for you.
It fixed it. It knows how many M's and T's and E's that it's supposed to have. So it will fix your spelling for you.
Now, is there a way to see what words go in there?
It's all preset. You can actually add your own words as well. Go ahead and go to File.
File.
And we're going to go all the way to the bottom and choose Options.
Okay.
And then if you go to the Proofing section, you'll notice a button for autocorrect. Go ahead and click on that. And again, this is very similar in every program, so if you've looked at it in Word or PowerPoint, it'll be the same. So it's always going to correct the two initial capitals. Now in Excel, because sometimes we're working with things like part numbers or ID numbers or things like that, where the first two letters might be capital, then you might need to turn the setting off. It will capitalize sentences, although we, again, rarely have full sentences in Excel.
Right.
Names of days, accidental usage of the caps lock key, all of those things. And then if you scroll down through the list here, you will see all the words that people tend to misspell, common typos, and it'll fix. These are the ones that are being fixed for you. If you find that there's one, again, every so often, it'll be a little shortcut that we use or an acronym that might be in this list to be fixed. So then you could come in here and take it out, or you could add your own to this list. Your own little typos that we all have where we always misspell the same words over and over. So that's how the autocorrect works.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and close those boxes. Another feature that's built into the Office programs is the Thesaurus, which allows us to look for other words when I can't think of the word I need. So for example, we have a heading here that says region, and that's fine, but maybe I'm trying to think, is there a better word to use as a heading? So go ahead and click in cell B4.
Okay.
And right beside the spelling button on the ribbon, you have Thesaurus.
Ooh, all right, Thesaurus. Okay, so now it gave me a list of alternate words.
Sure. And some of those are very similar. Some of them may not be what you want, but if you had one that you liked better. So if you wanted to replace region with district, let's say, you'll notice that there's a little drop down that pops up when you hover. So just click on the drop down.
And hit insert.
Exactly.
There we go. And now region is replaced with district.
Good. And then one other feature that's built into all the new Office programs now is what we call the Smart Lookup, and it's a research feature. So if you wanted to look up information on anything in here, maybe you had a company name that you were curious about, or again, maybe some equipment information that you wanted, a website, any of these things, you could just do a Smart Lookup. So in this case, since we have these regions, or now we're calling them districts, why don't you click on one of the cells that have the word Northeast, and just click on Smart Lookup.
Smart Lookup
On the ribbon. We're still on the Review tab. And it's actually just going to do a web search. And in this example, it's just going to pull up and tell us what the Northeast of the United States is, just in case we want to verify that we have the right states included.
Wow.
And you can just look down through that list. And of course, these are all links to the websites if you needed to.
Wow. Gives you everything. I mean, pictures, the definition. Oh, wow. Very helpful.
It is. So anything that you have in here that you needed to do a lookup, you don't have to leave, open a web browser, and then do a search. You can just do that right from your spreadsheet.
I really like that.
So all of these tools are just going to help you, again, just be professional with your spell check and just speed up things a little bit as far as maybe some searches or some research on your data.